At Jack Pasovic 1 minutes ago. Why does that Nye poster porter treat women like that? At Community Champs at Champs 15 hours ago. Entry deadline is fast approaching. Enter your community champion today for the NW of Glasgow at Champs. At Thomas 1774 pain 12 hours ago. Charlottesville Deputy Mayor is troubling Twitter feed. I hate seeing white people and beanpole white women video. At Stefan Molino 7 hours ago. HuffPo contributor outed as leader of Charlottesville doxing campaign. At Police Scotland 13 hours ago. It is illegal to drive while under the influence of drink or drugs. There is no safe limit attached to skid. At Breakless Ukraine 2 minutes ago, Ukraine WP. At Shanghai 4 minutes ago. Why running has become cool in Chinese cities. At Peter Townsend 4 minutes ago. Muhammad an excellent example. London Bridge attack. London Bridge #net. At Meladictor 5 minutes ago. It is through the space that simplicity allows to create complex ideas. Meladictor. At Willblockwriter 6 minutes ago. Interesting outline of links between right-wing views and psychopathy. Breitbart 20 cover this stuff. I need to find things. Hold up, you have to see this. Amazon trashes diapers soap metal bar rebooting #capitalism. I can't believe I found this. /Amazon trashes diapers soap metal. About the author. Click here to add a comment. Notify me of follow-up comments via email. Amazon announced today that it will shut down the entire Quidsi division, which it purchased for $545 million in 2010, citing lack of profitability. The Quidsi division included various retailers, replete with category-killing domain names like Diapers.com and Soap.com. Copyright text 2017 by Rebooting Capitalism, designed by Thrive Themes Bar, powered by WordPress. Trump report card. At least the polls show some life for Ash president. I can't believe what's going on. Share on Facebook. Share on LinkedIn. Share with friends. President Trump spent his first week on his working vacation, tweeting and talking a lot about North Korea's saber rattling and Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell. Neither went his way, but at least two big polls did, showing him back at 45% approval, an improvement from one that had him all the way down to 32%. As a result, our weekly report card experts gave the president a middling grade. Judging a president's week is complicated stuff. Most importantly, the better polls have President Trump's approval rating jumping back to 45%. My son's Zogby Analytics poll is right on because he is careful to ensure that Republicans are represented according to their real numbers, and because he knows that likely voters are different from all adults. He has learned well. At the same time, Mr. Trump is hardly loved and does not get good marks for handling crises like North Korea. There is a little evidence that his new chief of staff is tightening control in the White House, but, to quote the Bard, I believe he doth tweet too much, especially the fire and fury, baloney. Drawing red lines has not helped his predecessors. But that is for next week. For now, he has a polling bump. This week brought to mind a similar situation in 1962 when Casey Stengel, managing the hapless Mets, asked, "Can't anybody here play this game?" President Trump began a 17-day vacation at his golf resort in New Jersey, but Kim Jong-un didn't give him any rest. For the second week in a row, the North Koreans made the most important news. After the UN Security Council voted on new sanctions, the narks threatened physical action. In response, President Trump promised that further threats will be met with fire and fury like the world has never seen. Rohingya, chased from Myanmar, unwelcome in Bangladesh, bar Al Jazeera human rights. This one is over the top. Cox's Bazar, Bangladesh. MB Khatun grabbed her two children and dashed out of her burning house on the early morning of November 23 last year. A teary-eyed Khatun said her husband could not make out of the house as the army started firing. 37-year-old Khatun is from Kirpur village in western Myanmar's Mongga town. She says she fled along with other Rohingya families, leaving behind her husband's body, as rows of houses were set on fire by the army. Along with 2,500 Rohingya families, she has taken refuge at a makeshift camping lead at eastern Bangladesh's Cox's Bazar near the border with Myanmar. I grabbed my children and ran towards the forest and waited there with several hundred people, she told Al Jazeera at her camping lead village. World Food Programme and other local groups have come forward to provide food and emergency medical aid, as Bangladesh has refused to register Rohingya Muslims as refugees. Oprah Winfrey, Gayle King, Juliana Margulies and other celebrities enjoy Sicily. Take a good look at what I just found. Game of Thrones. 5 burning questions from Eastwatch. Oprah Winfrey opens up about her battle with depression. I was behind the veil. Fifth Harmony wins Big at Teen Choice Awards. Bruno Mars unveils new video. Taylor Swift trial. Judge throws out former DJ's claims against the singer. Game of Thrones. Who is likely to betray their queen or king? Oprah Winfrey, Gayle King and Juliana Margulies flocked to David Geffen's $1 million yacht in Sicily last week for an A-list getaway. Data reacted equals 22 celebrities including Oprah Winfrey, Gayle King and Juliana Margulies flocked to David Geffen's $1 million yacht in Sicily last week for an A-list getaway. The Observer, data reacted equals 23. The former music mogul's boat was docked in Sicily near Google's invitation-only summer camp at the Verdura Resort, according to The Observer. Instagram photo featuring Walt Disney Company's CEO Bob Iger, his wife Willow Bay, Kim Winfrey, designer Diane von Furstenberg, and magazine editor Dasha Zhukova. Data reacted equals 24 Bob, Willow, Gail, Oprah, Diane, Dasha, DVF, a great weekend. Cicely Giffen, 74, wrote in one caption of an Instagram photo featuring Walt Disney Company's CEO Bob Iger, his wife Willow Bay, Kim Winfrey, designer Diane von Furstenberg, and magazine editor Dasha Zhukova. Michelle Obama reportedly vacationing with Oprah Winfrey at Maui Estate. Data reacted equals 25 Michelle Obama reportedly vacationing with Oprah Winfrey at Maui Estate. Celebrities enjoy Luke's Memorial Day weekend vacations. Data reacted equals 26 celebrities enjoy Luke's Memorial Day weekend vacations. Federal jury sides with Taylor Swift in groping case Breitbart. When I realized what this was. August 14th UP, a federal jury in Denver sided with pop star Taylor Swift in her civil lawsuit against a former DJ who groped her doing a photo op in 2013. The jury ordered David Mueller to pay Swift a symbolic $1 settlement after it decided he committed assault and battery when he reached under the singer's skirt and grabbed her while taking a photo during a backstage meet and greet event at the Pepsi Center in Denver. Mueller denied the charges and sued Swift first for trying to get him fired from his DJ job when she told his management about his conduct. But a federal judge on Friday dismissed his lawsuit. Mueller sought $3 million in damages. Swift, 27, on Thursday gave her first-hand account of the incident to the jury of 6 women and 2 men in her counter-lawsuit. It was a definite grab, a very long grab, Swift said in court. It was long enough for me to be completely sure it was intentional. At shoved up 12 hours ago, 100. At the Patriot 1:43 10 hours ago. RT because it is 100% accurate. Liberals will never be satisfied. #resist fake news. #resist liberalism. #mundane motivation.
That is going to please his haters. The deep state does not like that this president is in place and that nothing he could do will change that. Had he come out right away, Trish, I would maintain that if he'd come out and said exactly the things he's now said that everyone demanded he say, they would have said, oh, he's elevating these groups, so he can't win with them.
At Jack Posobiec 4 minutes ago. Chelsea Handler, who likes to call Trump a Nazi, just found out her grandfather was an actual Nazi. At Eric 526 3 hours ago. Please watch & share everywhere. At a clue defends white nationalists rights at Charlottesville. A clue defended white supremacists. At Liberal Assist 10 minutes ago. String of CEOs quit Donald Trump's advisory council over Charlottesville. Snooze The Guardian. At Jack Pasovic 10 minutes ago. What did this at-night Post reporter mean by this? At websites 7 minutes ago. My answer to how do I plan for e-commerce websites in PHP. At Kais Israel 13 minutes ago. Improve efficiency boosts Lumi SQ2 results. At News 16 minutes ago. Residents mourn Heather Ayer, the anti-racist protester who was run over at a Charlottesville rally.
And I watched her die, and that's why I'm here. To honor her life, to honor the ultimate sacrifice that she gave for Charlottesville, and to remember her, and to hope that this never comes again in our neighborhood.
Performing digital audit. Crazy people. Crazy people everywhere. Congress needs to repeal the medical device tax. Whoa. Gee whiz. By Scott Whitaker bar August 15th, 2017, 12:01 am. Share on Facebook. Share on LinkedIn. The Senate's inability to move forward on healthcare reform left behind one key provision that made sense both as sound economic policy and food health policy, namely, repeal of the innovation-crushing and jobs-killing medical device excise tax. On behalf of American patients, their families, and manufacturers, it's time to pivot and move this forward now. Originally passed to help fund the Affordable Care Act, the medical device excise tax was imposed on devices such as artificial hips and knees for people suffering from osteoarthritis, radiation therapy machines for those battling cancer, and replacement heart valves and other innovations that give people a new chance at life. As a matter of policy, repeal of the medical device tax enjoys widespread, bipartisan support. Senators and House members on both sides of the aisle understand that its fate has far-reaching implications for the future of medical innovation and the nearly 2 million American jobs MedTech supports. The Milken Institute has found that policies that discourage innovation could cost the U.S. economy $3.4 trillion over the next 25 years. While Republicans, Years-long effort to reform the U.S. healthcare system lingers. This issue is too urgent for us to wait. Time is running out for America's device manufacturers, and the reality is that thousands of companies across the country will face an enormous tax increase at the end of this year if Congress doesn't act to the tune of $20 billion. The potential for collateral damage in the wake of Congress's failure to act cannot be overstated. Inaction by Congress would mean a tax increase on the very medical technologies that today are helping people live longer, healthier lives, and that yield savings across our healthcare system by replacing more invasive procedures, reducing hospital stays, and allowing people to return to work more quickly. Young white men want to get invited to the leftist #victim party bar, the Rush Limbaugh show. Now this is out there. Adventures of Rush are there. Rush's Facebook page. Rush phone app. Rush Limbaugh.com 2017 Premier Radio Networks. All rights reserved. Contact bar need help. Bar privacy policy bar contest rules bar Rush 24/7 terms %M. Conditions. Rush. Jeffrey, Mount Laguna, California. Welcome, sir. Great to have you with us. How are you doing? Color. Doing great. Thanks, Rush. I got 2 quick comments. And I know this hypocrisy and double standard stuff is just as futile as it can possibly be. But here is another example. When the bomb went off in New York City months ago, Donald Trump was immediately criticized for calling it a bomb and for not waiting for all the facts to come in, jumping to conclusions, not being cerebral. And here he makes a very nice statement minutes after the event. We didn't even at that time know who this guy was, and he is criticized for it. And my second comment is what Obama would get away with. He was thought of as cerebral or thoughtful for not naming who the group is. Whatever you do, don't stay radical Muslim. Rush. Oh, yeah, and don't they understand motives. In other words, we don't know what the motives are, we can't possibly understand the motives, we need to do a thorough investigation. But here the motives are instantly known, instantly condemned, and if Trump doesn't do it, he is a schlub. Color. That is right. And I believe this young man also. I am not even beginning to try to make an excuse. It will work on the left. I believe there is a report today that stated that he has a history of schizophrenia and has been on medications to treat that. Whether that is true or not, it doesn't excuse it, but it certainly would if it was on the other side. Rush. Since you bring that up, and can we have a red flag note here? Color brought this up, you know, for reference on the website. Color brought this up. Since you bring up schizophrenia, how many? Let me just ask you a question out there, Jeffrey. I've got 45 seconds. You ponder the answer. How many young men today in their 20s and early 30s do you think have been on some mind-changing drug since they were in 1st grade? Add, Ritalin, you name it, how many? Alarmist Michael Mann blasts flood New York mag climate # doomsday piece. I don't know what to think about this. It is obvious the global warming rhetoric is too hot when even climate alarmists criticize it in the pages of a national newspaper. New York Magazine's literary editor David Wallace Wells published The Uninhabitable Earth in that magazine July 9th. Some, like Vox's David Roberts, hit the panic button and insisted this wasn't even telling the whole story about how bad things would get because of man-made climate change. However, on July 12th, then state climatologist Michael Mann, a climate alarmist responsible for the often criticized hockey stick graph of global warming through cold water on Wallace Wells and other doomsday scenario proponents complaining about the overly bleak picture and pointing out errors such as the supposed flooding of a seawall in Norway. Mann co-authored an opinion piece for the Washington Post with post-editorial cartoonist Tom Tulls and director of Climate Communication LLC Susan Joy Hassel. Pernicious was what they call the rise of climate doomism commentary that portrays climate change not just as a threat that requires an urgent response but also as an essentially lost cause, a hopeless fight. Incredible old gospel # record covers IOC report. I can't believe I found this. We don't worry about North Korea. There is one powerful reason. Car plows into pizzeria near Paris. killing 12-year-old girl. This is what I will see tomorrow. National Anthem mashup. Connecting the dots progressive style. August 14, 2017 MJN categorized 27. One thing a lot of these covers have in common, besides the gospel, is hair. Miraculous hair. Why aren't album covers like this anymore? And ankles. Lol, they were big from walking around with all that hair. Lol, that Smiley family is one warm bundle of love son looking for dudes. Mom wants to know WTF the cameraman is looking at ampersand. Dad wants to know where the hell last week's protection dollar money is. Transfer hash window changes discussed bar video bar watch TV show bar Sky Sports. I find this particularly fascinating. Videos ampersand highlights. The debate panel give their thoughts on the news of a proposal that would see the transfer window shut before the start of the season. At impeached Trump 3 minutes ago. God, I love this photo. At Realta Mutate 2 hours ago. Good night everyone. Thanks for all you do for our country. At Jade up 13 minutes ago. Video and Afghan couple receive a Sharia law punishment of 100 lashes.
She was beaten with a leather whip in front of a crowd of local elders and residents in Ferozko City on August 31st. The man with whom she was found guilty of committing adultery also received 100 lashes. Public lashings, which were common under the Taliban's strict interpretation of Sharia law, are now rare. They've often been condemned by Afghanistan's central government. For the first time, this particular sentence was supported by provincial authorities in Gore.
At Peter Townsend 7-10 minutes ago. Islamophobia or Islam or realism of London Bridge attack London Bridge #net. At Jack Pasovic 4 minutes ago. Completely debunked after Secret Service cleared me and accusers recanted. Don't you get tired of making up fake news, Maggie? At Felix Venus August ago. Original tweet 22,800 retweets. The correction 155 retweets. At Buzzard 5 minutes ago. Former ESCOM director Pamensky charged with Gupta-related corruption. At Buzzard 5 minutes ago. China strengthens relations with Africa. At Jack Pasovic 8 minutes ago. See what I mean? I'll try taste me. At this pay-per-view 10 minutes ago. Black professor gets the difference would be whites who are tired of being broken and real racists. After 6 minutes ago, 51 new followers and 45 new followers. Hello. In the last week. Bye. Divo. Will you look at this? Gunman hashtag United Nations bases in Mali bar news bar DW bar 48.2017. I hate going into the deep dark parts of the internet. An early morning attack on base in the central region was followed by another hours later in northwestern Mali. The assaults confirmed the West African state as the world's deadliest active deployment. On Monday night, reinforcements were deployed to both on bases which had been attacked and in the city of Timbuktu itself. A young peacekeeper and a Malian soldier were killed in the early morning attack in Gauense in the central region of Mopti on Monday. Another peacekeeper was slightly wounded. Hours later, 6 men with guns and grenades drove up to the mission camp in Timbuktu in the northwest of the country and opened fire on the Malian security guards. 5 of the guards were killed together with a policeman and a civilian contractor. The young peacekeeping mission in Mali MINUSMA said that peacekeepers managed to kill 6 assailants after the attack, using a helicopter to track them down. 2 suspected gunmen were killed in Gauense. 15,000 nuclear weapons in the world mapping who has what bar 0 edge. Whoa. Gee whiz. Welcome to the post-nuclear world, where anarchism of a no-government variety is no longer applicable. We need small and decentralized, managerial systems on both national and international levels, which is where the blockchain technology and its associated transparency, at least in transactions, will eventually be used to hold accountable politicians and their activity. 8 to 15,349. And don't you never ever grumble a Jew. 8 to 15,349. Should be on every menu. Pernicious gold. 8 to 15,349. Who thinks of all these not dead yet? 8 to 15,348. I find it very difficult to Aurorus Borealis. Kessler appeared visibly perturbed by the woman's presence and reminders of their past association. Same as the old new. The tolerant left. Between North Korea's constant nuclear test provocations and the recent fire and fury comments by President Trump, concerns about nuclear conflict are reignited around the world. So, how many nuclear weapons are there, and what exactly is happening right now? Let us launch into it. Less sleep hashtag to diabetes risking children. The New York Times. The internet is really big guys. Children who sleep less may be at increased risk for type 2 diabetes, researchers report. Earlier studies found a link between shorter sleep and diabetes in adults, but the connection has been little studied in children. British researchers studied 4,525 9 and 10-year-olds from varying ethnic backgrounds. On average, their parents reported they slept 10 hours a night, with 95% sleeping between 8 and 12 hours. The study, in pediatrics, found that the less sleep, the more likely that children were to have higher body mass indexes, higher insulin resistance and higher glucose readings. All 3 are risk factors for type 2 diabetes. Overall, increasing weekday sleep duration by an hour was associated with a 0.2 lower BMI, and a 3% reduction in insulin resistance. The reasons for the link remain unclear, but the researchers suggest that poor sleep may affect appetite regulation, leading to overeating and obesity. This observational study could not establish cause and effect. Transfer hash window changes discussed bar video bar watch TV show bar Sky Sports. Hold up, you have to see this. Videos &M, highlights. The debate panel give their thoughts on the news of a proposal that would see the transfer window shut before the start of the season. What we know about the man charged in Charlottesville hash attack, James Alex Fields Jr. Hold up, you have to see this. Obama message goes viral after Charlottesville violence. Demolish invasions disorderly development. High school teacher has baby with pupil after grooming him from the age of 14. MI lists suburban Michigan estate for 42% of what he paid 14 years ago. Suspected Islamic extremists open fire at a Burkina Faso restaurant. The 20-year-old man accused of driving a car into a crowd of counter-protesters at a white nationalist rally Saturday, James Alex Fields Jr., was denied bail in court Monday morning. Judge Robert H. Downer Jr. said at a Monday morning hearing that he would appoint a lawyer for Fields, who faces charges of second-degree murder, malicious wounding and failure to stop at the scene of an accident, after the deadly car attack in Charlottesville. Fields did not enter a plea in his video appearance at a general district court in Charlottesville. As crowds began dispersing in the aftermath of a Unite the Right rally, Fields allegedly drove a gray Dodge Challenger into a crowd of counter-protesters. The Dodge rear-ended a sedan, which crashed into a minivan in front of it. A 32-year-old woman, Heather D. Hare, died and at least 19 others were injured, according to authorities. The Dodge sped from the scene, but Charlottesville police later found and stopped the vehicle, and took Fields, who lives in Maumee, Ohio, into custody. Criticized for his failure to explicitly denounce white supremacists until Monday, Data reacted equals 25. The incident marked the highest point of tension during Saturday's rally, which saw violent clashes between white supremacists and counter-protesters. The rally had been planned in protest of the removal of a Confederate monument from a public park and attracted hundreds of white supremacists. President Trump, who condemned many sides for the violence, had been criticized for his failure to explicitly denounce white supremacists until Monday. Fields' court-appointed attorney, Charles Weber, did not respond to a request for comment from Yahoo News. The judge said that Fields was not assigned a public defender because a relative of an employee in the public defender's office was involved in Saturday's incident. At Jack Posobiec 5 minutes ago. The activists who agreed to speak at the rally against political violence identify themselves with a new right. At Russia by 5 minutes ago. Good morning. Karelia, Russia. At Reagan Coalition 5 minutes ago. The day after Oakland Raiders running back Marshawn Lynch sat on his ass during the national anthem, his former at Tulu Anarchist 12 hours ago. Self-awareness level 0. At Rialton the take 3 hours ago. Good night everyone. Thanks for all you do for our country. At Peter Townsend 7-12 minutes ago. Islam no compulsion except for kids. #London Bridge attack #London Bridge #net. At a good 9 hours 12 minutes ago. As if you or other Twitter warriors care about a progressive agenda. I warned everyone in 2015, #DNC didn't you listen? At Janos Focus 7 minutes ago. An editorial in China Daily says Trump's trade probe will poison relations from at CNBC. At Show Correspondent 9 minutes ago. Power dressing for caregivers good or bad #caregiving #aging at thumbsud. At Progress Outlook 13 minutes ago. Aleppo is being destroyed and Trump has no interest in helping refugees from the war-torn city. At News 14 minutes ago. Indo-German ties and India's independence. At CNN 8 minutes ago. President Trump arrives in New York City as protesters at Trump Tower chant New York hates you. Hold up. I'm going. This is an interesting perspective. Bitcoin hits another hash record high on strong Japanese demand. Safe haven bid. Check this. Bitcoin hit a fresh record high on Monday, continuing the rally from the weekend thanks to strong Japanese demand. The price of Bitcoin hit $4,348.23. Setting a fresh all-time high and surpassing the record $4,225.40 hit on Sunday, according to data from industry website CoinDesk. Bitcoin traded about 4% higher near $4,282 as of 4:10 p.m. In the last week alone, Bitcoin has added over $15 billion in market capitalization. And year to date, Bitcoin is up over 320%. Bitcoin 3-month performance. There are 4 major drivers of a current rally. Top-US General says alliance ready to defend against North Korea. Found this nugget. Military capabilities already in place with the US-South Korean alliance are enough to defend against a strike from North Korea. America's highest-ranking military officer said Monday. The alliance is seeking peaceful resolution to the crisis right now. Army General Vincent Brooks, the alliance commander in Korea, confirmed the LG Freedom Guardian joint military exercises will go forward, although the annual event usually generates anger from North Korea. The nation's top military officer vowed Monday during a visit to Seoul that the US-South Korean alliance is ready to defend against the threat from North Korea. Marine Corps General Joseph Dunford, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, and Army General Vincent Brooks, the alliance commander in Korea, spoke to reporters after meeting in Seoul with South Korean President Moon Jae-in and top South Korean military officials. The message today was the ironclad commitment to the alliance, Dunford told reporters. Dunford added, "What I would like to see is Kim Jong-un to commit to ceasing the development of nuclear weapons and ceasing the testing of ballistic missiles. The visit comes on the heels of nuclear-armed North Korea's warning last Wednesday that it is carefully examining a plan to test fire a missile into the waters of the U.S. Pacific territory of Guam with missiles. The dynastic regime led by the 33-year-old Kim also detailed how the missile would travel over Japan. China JD.com books wider quarterly loss on higher marketing costs. Hold up, you have to see this. Reuters with CNBC. JD.com, China's second largest e-commerce firm, on Monday said its net loss widened in the second quarter, as marketing costs damped the impact of higher than forecast revenue growth. China's main rival to Alibaba Group reported net loss attributable to shareholders of 496.4 million yuan, $74.43 million, from 252.3 million yuan in the same period a year earlier. That was on revenue which grew 43.6% to 93.2 billion yuan, well above its forecast range of 88 billion to 90.5 billion yuan. Marketing expenses rose 63% to 4.1 billion yuan, mostly due to sales events in June. The result comes as JD looks to expand overseas with investments in Southeast Asia, as competition at home intensifies while customer growth slows. It is also seeking to boost per customer spend in China by bringing more overseas brands onto its local platforms through strategic partnerships. Newsbusters are exposing and combating liberal media bias. Wow. Newsbusters tweets about #TTT. The mission of the Media Research Center is to create a media culture in America where truth and liberty flourish. The MRC is a research and education organization operating under Section 501(c)(3) of the Internal Revenue Code, and contributions to the MRC are tax deductible. 2005 to 2017, Media Research Center. All rights reserved. Politics underline #China probe of Tencent, Wu, Sina. I'm glad I don't have to live with people, sheesh. Reporter, CNBC Asia Pacific. A cybersecurity investigation into 3 of China's most popular social media platforms may have nothing to do with alleged illegalities. Instead, President Xi Jinping's administration may simply be looking to tighten censorship ahead of a major leadership reshuffle later this year. Last Friday, cyberspace regulators said the 3 platforms Tencent Sweatchat, Sinazubo and Booztibo violated cybersecurity laws and failed to manage user content that endangered national security, public safety and social order, referring to examples of violence, terror, false rumors and pornography. In reality, the accusations are loosely connected to cybersecurity laws, which contains only a single clause related to content management, a team of China analysts at political risk consulting firm Eurasia Group said in a Tuesday note. Instead, the Cyberspace Administration of China appears to be simply advertising the light's crowning achievement while enforcement is driven by an uptick in more prosaic repression and race coercion ahead of the 19th Party Congress, the note continued. As one of the world's most censored nations, Beijing regularly clamps down on social and traditional media in the lead-up to meetings of top political brass. At Andy Horton 1 minutes ago. It is scary how innocent seeing the similarities in tactics between Antifa and Nazi SS, even run by no Nazi George Soros. At Peter Townsend 2 minutes ago, #Netbooks on Islam by Peter Townsend. At Class Lady 40JT 6 hours ago. Welcome home President Donald Trump, we love you. My entire family supports you and is sickened by the media. Trump Tower #MAGA. At Radio Svoboda 8 minutes ago.